Hi guys, today I'm reacting to The Power of Time by Be Amazed. So let's get to it, shall we?
The power to change just about everything.
Wait.
Time has the power to change just about everything, and seeing its effects unfold right before your
Wow,
eyes can be a
look
truly
at that.
mind-bending experience. From the real effects of
What is
too
that?
much video gaming to what a decade looks like on Mars, let's
Oh,
explore some astounding sights that demonstrate the incredible power of time.
alright.
In the space of just 3 years, this lake straight up disappeared, being replaced
What?
by a brand new landscape of wildlife. While the
Oh,
photos may look like two completely unrelated locations, the tree line in the distance remains the
yeah,
same,
it
like a
does.
signpost through time.
Look at
Of
that.
course, lakes don't just disappear without reason, and a lack of adequate rainfall over time emptied this particular lake out, turning it
Oh,
into a fertile paradise.
okay.
It's a change that's certainly growing on me.
What the heck?
But dried up lakes don't always look so lush and green. Bolivia's second largest body of water, Lake Popo,
Uh-oh.
disappeared in 2016 after recurring droughts dried up all the salt water,
What
as you can
is
see in
that?
this satellite image comparison. What was once a vast waterscape is now a white flat of crusted salt and rustic fishing boats,
Ooh,
stretching as far as the eye can see. There's a chance it may recover in the future, but only time will tell.
alright.
While some environmental changes can occur in mere months, other processes take their time, as shown in this ingenious 100-year time lapse of the Mer de Glace. Located in the French Alps, this stunning moving glacier was first photographed over a century ago by Edward Spelterini.
Uh,
In
what?
2017, those photographs were 3D modeled, rendered, and cross-compared with modern images of the same region, showing the path the glacier carved through the
Whoa.
mountains over a century. How cool is that?
Yeah, right.
When it comes to the effects of nature over time, you'd be hard pressed to find a better example than this image from St. Andrew's Churchyard of
What's that?
Grimsby, Ontario, Canada.
What is
This
that?
gravestone, thought to be from the 1800s, has
That's a
slowly been consumed
gravestone?
by a neighboring tree. Because most trees can't move their roots, they sometimes have to grow around solid objects in their way.
What the?
So don't leave your bike chained up to the local oak for too long, or this might happen.
What?
Canada is also home to this unique example of the power of time. This stately limestone column,
What?
located at a busy intersection in downtown Toronto, has helped support the Victorian era building for over 125 years. But as
125
patrons and
years?
pedestrians have touched it, leaned on it, rubbed against it, the soft rock has slowly been worn down
What?
into an almost unrecognizable shape. So if you want
What
the
the?
core stone pillar to have a little more character, just ask your friends to rub it for you. Maybe I could have phrased that a little better.
Oh,
Speaking of unusual shapes, this old 2003 Apple
what
keyboard
the
is
heck is that?
displaying some serious wear and tear. It's not just the symbols on the keys that have been worn off. The sheer amount of typing on certain high usage
Bruh.
keys has worn them down to the point where they look like they've been melted. Almost 20 years of furiously typing emails or searching for cat videos is likely to blame. Either that or the
Oh.
keyboard owner's fingers are extra hot. From the outside,
Ooh.
Italy's famous Leaning Tower
I
of
mean,
Pisa looks like a victim of time already.
okay.
But the inside is where it gets interesting. This iconic landmark has seen so much foot traffic over the years that its marble stairs
What
spiraling
the?
up to the top have been worn down by
What the
people's
heck?
footsteps. Different levels of wear are found depending on how steep that part of the building's lean is, as this affects how
Looks like
people walk
it's
and
a
stand.
filter,
A few
bro.
more years and that set of stairs will make a fantastic slide.
Ooh.
But it's not
I
just
never
foot
thought of
traffic that
that.
can wear down steps. Just take a look at this
What the
image.
heck is that?
While it may look like the stairwell carved into this rock has been worn down by visitors, the deep puddle marks in each step tell a different story. The
Okay.
curved holes and smooth edges of the stairwell indicate that rain runoff and maybe even flooding of the nearby creek has
What?
played a part in slowly eroding it over time. Either
Oh.
that or someone didn't read the wet concrete sign back when planet Earth was being formed.
What?
Some people just can't resist petting a nearby dog, even
Aww.
if it's a statue. This brass dog in one of Moscow's metro stations shows considerable wear from passing patrons who have rubbed this good boy's nose for luck. But he's not the only one. This statue of Greyfriars Bobby, a famous
What
dog
is
who
that?
reportedly guarded his owner's grave in
Bro.
Scotland for 14 years, has a similarly shiny snout. And rightly so.
Wow.
A good boy like that certainly earned a few nose rubs.
It's a
But
good
not all
boy.
dogs can look pristine forever. These portraits by Amanda Jones capture dogs in their youth as puppies, directly compared to their years as senior dogs. Like this image of Amanda's dog Lily, the dachshund, captured on the left at just 8 months old,
Okay.
compared to 15 years old on the right. Time may
Whoa.
have changed the fluff of her coat, but it certainly hasn't worn down the effect of those puppy dog eyes.
Oh.
While some pups look too cute to be capable of any wrongdoing, this dog has certainly caused a lot of trouble. Over time, leaning out the window of his owner's
Oh.
truck has put more than a few scratch marks on the paintwork.
What the
This
heck?
dangling dog has done it so often that it's been worn down all the way to the metal underneath.
Hope that
Maybe the
doesn't
dog
happen
just
to
really
my
hates the
car.
color red.
If I had
Despite
a
having been around the block a few
dog.
times, classic retro games like Pac-Man can still be addictive and fun. This unusual
LOL.
TV screen proves that fact better than anything.
What is this? Yeah, it does look like a level. Maybe the guy played it too much.
The owner played Pac-Man on it so much that the map of the game was burned into the CRT TV screen. This is known as screen burn-in or ghost image, caused
Oh
by
man.
long-term use of a specific non-uniform pattern of screen pixels. Older electronic displays can hold the ghost image even when the system isn't turned on, or even, in this case, when it's totally detached. I really
Oh,
hope that high score was worth it.
I
Now,
think
retro
so.
video games are great and all, but alcohol arguably holds the title when it comes to getting better with age. These images from the Glengoyne Distillery in Scotland demonstrate the procedure for aging whiskey in casks over 30 years. Each bottle shows the alcohol another year into the aging process. The casks are made from different types of oak that once held sherry or bourbon, and the aging whiskey gradually absorbs the color and flavor from the cask. Evaporation can also be seen
Wow.
accurately represented over this time frame, as around 2% of the whiskey's total volume escapes as vapor through the poorest barrels each year. In the industry, all that lost whiskey is known as the angel share. And with a
Uh-oh.
name like that,
Low
it sounds like
battery.
heaven's going to be one hell of a party.
Oh,
Many organizations claim they get good business, but this store can really prove it. The bell next to the door of this shop has knocked against the wood so many times that it's worn a hole right through the top. The store is
what?
located next to a university campus, so that amount of business isn't surprising. Although it's not the only thing worn down by eager students. This photo of the worn down door handle from Michigan Student Union show how most students over the years have vastly preferred the right-hand door. It could
Wow.
be because most students are right-handed, or that they walk on the right side down the hall once they enter. Either way, they certainly seem to have a handle on things. While some things wear
That's a
down
bad
over
joke.
time, others build up, like the mineral deposits in this pipe. Believe it or not, that thick crystal-like layer built up in just 6 months. But how is that possible? Well, this pipe was used to transport water from a natural thermal spring to a swimming pool. The geothermal water
What?
itself is full of minerals, which are gradually deposited,
That looks like a face
crystallizing into
there.
clumps inside the
Guys,
pipe.
guys, guys, guys. This looks like a face right here. There's two eyes, one nose, a mouth.
It's a very similar process to how crystal-filled caves form in nature.
Oh,
Only a crystal block pipe ruining your pool time is a lot less awe-inspiring. It doesn't take a road markings
bro.
expert to know that guide tracks over crosswalks definitely shouldn't look like this. But this mess
What
isn't
is that?
intentional, nor is it the result of a shaky-handed painter. In reality, the passing of many cars on a hot summer day has made this once straight track too crooked to guide anyone. Over
Oh,
time, hot temperatures have heated up the asphalt and paint, making it more
ugh.
malleable. It's then been gradually dragged in different directions by passing cars, leaving their imprints on the road markings. That really puts the drag in drag race.
Bruh.
And while we're at it, why don't you drag your finger or cursor, I don't discriminate, over to those like and subscribe buttons and give them a click. Go on, I know you can do it. I believe in you. But
What?
time doesn't just hold power over Earth. We can see its effect on Mars, too.
What?
The Mars rover, which landed on the red planet in 2004 when equipped with a camera.
Okay.
After 10 years of hard work, its anniversary photo shows the changes the planet has made to the rover's base area. Red dust now coats the once shiny solar panels, and the rocks around the base have been exposed by wind.
Oh no.
When your little robot arms can't use a mop and bucket, what a difference a decade on Mars can make. Looks like the red planet's first colony is going to need a pressure washer.
Yeah.
Back on planet Earth now, and while there's no red dust, the weather in Texas still managed to break down the color of this soda can left exposed to the elements. The technical term for this kind of color fading is photodegradation, where ultraviolet rays
Photodegradation.
and sunshine break down the chemical bonds and pigments, fading the color of an object. The can had been sat in that cup holder for about 2 years, and only the parts of the can exposed to the sun were faded.
What the?
Well, it's either that or Coca-Cola have done some terrible rebranding.
Oh.
Here's an image that tells a heartwarming story. That brick corner wall forms part of the exterior of a bike store which has been around for approximately 30 years.
Wow.
Customers visit with their bikes, and many of them park up on the exact same corner. As countless pedals of happy customers have struck the same bricks, part of the corner has slowly worn down into a groove, making it an even better home for parked up pedals.
Yeah.
I've certainly made sure to take a chip off this old block.
Bro,
If you're
just
going to
stop
fly a
making
flag,
these
you might want to
horrible
double check your
jokes.
hoisting equipment to ensure your flag doesn't literally go a flying.
What?
At least that's a conclusion drawn from this incredible example of wear and tear. This hook came from a flagpole that had been in use for over 20 years. As the flag waved and flapped in the wind, the rope wore down the metal of the hook until it was dangerously close to breaking loose and flying away.
Oh no.
If I were the owner of this hook, I'd just be grateful I didn't accidentally take it with me on a mountain expedition. There are over 46,000 convenience stores dotted about Great Britain, and while a lot of them look similar, you can see how this one stands out. This store, found in London, has two distinct patches on the 1,000 convenience stores dotted until it was dangerously close to breaking loose and flying away. If I were the owner of this hook, I'd just be grateful I didn't accidentally take it with me on a mountain expedition. There are over 46,000 convenience stores dotted about Great Britain, and while a lot of them look similar, you can see how this one stands out. This store, found in London, has two distinct patches on the floor that show where people have been standing and waiting to pay over the course of years. It's an amazing example of how a negligible amount of force, in this case, people simply standing in the same spot, can have a surprisingly substantial effect over a long time. Either that or the cashier is extremely slow. But that worn down shop floor is nothing compared to the devotion of Buddhist monk Hua Chi, whose exact footprints have been ingrained into the wooden floor of his temple. For over 20 years, this man has prayed at the exact same spot in Tongren, China, reciting and focusing up to 3,000 prayers a
Looks
day.
like
His drawn-out
it's an
dedication has
actual
worn those
foot in
perfect
there.
prints of his feet over an inch deep in some places into the wooden floor. His dedication has quite literally left its mark. Some marks of time passing can
That's a
prove to
bad
be a little
joke.
more destructive than others, like this scorch line burned into dry grass. While there's no arsonist to blame, the cause of the burn comes from the glass bowl of the light above it. As the sun passes overhead, the spherical shape of the glass creates a point of intense heat by focusing the sunlight onto one small patch. Kind of like a bratty kid killing ants with a magnifying glass. But as the sun changes position in the sky, the patch moves until it's out of the glass orb's focus. To avoid a scorched lawn like this, may I suggest lampshades? What can I say? I'm full of bright ideas. While Old Father Time is responsible for a lot of change, Mother Nature also has a shared hand in speeding along some of the more drastic transformations, like those of Zlatni Rat Beach in Croatia. Back in 2018, a powerful storm managed to shift huge amounts of the beach's sand, turning the straight tip into an almost 90-degree bend virtually overnight. This natural, Golden Cape's iconic protrusion into the sea makes it susceptible to changes from high winds and strong waves. Funnily enough, this has happened on several occasions, and the beach has been transformed into numerous incredible hook-like shapes over the years. Gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, the sands of time. Which real-world phenomena have you encountered that reminded you of the awesome power of time? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
Alright guys, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you later.